Welcome back, everyone. I'm Shinigami Tabris, also known as Boomer, and tonight we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. Woo! I want to thank Meow Melly for coming in and giving a follow at the start there. Thank you so much. So, last we left off at our wonderful heroes. What the hell are we doing?
Are we really considered heroes, though?
I mean,
the guys got yelled at again.
You guys need to stop getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to get anybody in trouble. I was trying to be a responsible mortal.
mortal.
Well, I'm not a human being.
Right. So what exactly happened?
We got yelled at. And,
That was the whole stream, them getting yelled at.
We met the wonderful Lord Collector. Got a lot of fucking information from him.
Because you paid him
Shit.
that whole diamond.
Yeah.
A 300 gold piece diamond. 500 gold piece? Shit.
Yeah, the poisons and the quill that we sold got us 2 500 gold piece diamonds and a handful of gold.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys had like a poison that was fucking murderous.
Yeah, that nearly killed Charlie. Met Lord Collector. He tried to buy my scabbard.
Gibbard.
My skibbard.
But you weren't ready to part with
Kentar
it.
then told us that our wonderful friend Sir Nicola was in trouble.
and he held a crossbow to me.
Yep.
Held at bow point. Let's see then. We ended up going to the barracks first, where we found out that Crusher was fucked up and decided to yell out that those dirty humans would not get away. I had to pay 50 gold for his release. We had rope traded, and that dumb, beautiful motherfucker was beaten to a bloody pulp. And then I killed him. Nicola then went to Lord Bjark, who assumed that he was trying to fuck him over like his third-rate adventurer uncle.
Threw a vase in my face.
Yeah. To find out that no, it was Sieg that fucked over Lord Bjark. But then Sieg goes and he gets in trouble. Although he didn't have a vase thrown in his face until he went back to the hole where Charlie threw a bowl at him.
Because you kept secrets from her.
You don't have to know every fucking thing, woman. We then woke up the next morning, sent Charlie to her little daycare.
It's not a daycare. It's called training, where I get hit in the hands a lot.
Your daycare. We then went to... Nicola and Sieg went to try and procure a boat that the guy insisted on magically sinking.
Y'all tried to magically sink it,
Nicola
but it failed.
Nicola tried.
And then you tried to be like...
And then I thought better of it. We then met up with
It was
Kentar
insurance fraud.
for Sieg to buy rations, where we found out that Nicola's uncle was a Sir Charles Doob. Which is interesting considering our wonderful 12-year-old who was at daycare. Her name is Charlie Doob.
Yep.
Yeah, keeping secrets. You just shut up.
And my uncle, or basically my uncle screwed over Lord Bjark.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he basically owns me. You know.
Screwed over Lord
He's got
Bjark and screwed
revenge.
under quite a few cheap women.
Oh yeah, apparently.
So we can now assume that Charlie is a Lady of the Night baby. 3 copper Lady of the Night and we still get change.
Ooh. Dirty.
We then went, after she got out, I believe we just ended the day because we still had a day until the dress pickup.
Yep. So we pick up with you guys waking up in the morning. It is now the day of Carnelian.
Time to go get a dress.
Do you want to get it before or after your schooling? Because you don't want to get grease and blood all over your dress.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So what are we doing for the day?
I'm going to my third class of the time. Final class.
Okay.
To complete my creature.
Complete your thing. So Charlie runs off to do her thing with
Out saying a word.
with the wonderful Ashrith. As the gnome, of course, opens the door, very irate because it's early in the morning. He doesn't like opening till like noon most of the times.
My man.
And of course, as soon as he sees that it's you knocking at the door, it is the like typical like get in and like reach for the wooden stick, and the door shuts behind. Noise and cacophony happens behind the door. No, because there's no air ratchets.
No, that's just his fume coming out of the ears.
That could quite possibly be it. What is Sig and Nicola doing?
You got any twos? No.
I'm trying to remember. Did we go and do research on the Shadow Fae? Because in my notes, we went to find out about the Shadow Fae, but it didn't say if we went to the library or not.
We tried to figure out what Umbral was, and we couldn't figure it out. We asked Lord Barrick about who they were, and he said, "Oh, the Shadow Fae." And we found out they come from the Plane of Shadow. That's all that we got from there.
That's right.
You did do research on them, and you did not roll very well.
Yay.
Have you brought up your treasure map yet?
Yes, he has.
Yes.
In front of Sieg?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to do cross-referencing on maps?
Yeah, we can do that, and then I would need to take a couple hours to do some spells.
We can work on that at the same time.
True.
To the library! Woohoo!
So you're going to the library?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are gonna frequent that so much, they're gonna know your first names.
Yes, but now I look different.
So you make it to the Rook's Preserve.
Yes.
Your typical person at the front is there. What exactly are we trying to look up?
Do you have anything specific you want to look up?
Well, like I said, we had already looked up the Shadow Face, so not that. I'm trying to look back through anything we haven't researched. Yeah, is there any information on the families around here?
Ooh.
Which families?
Specifically, the Arcs and the Barracks?
One of those is familiar with me, the other one is not.
The genealogical records of the Dubes.
The barracks would. Their history is guarded. There's a little here and there throughout different books. The other one, I would guess you would need to go to the census.
Okay. I didn't know if there was, like, royal family history or anything like that.
If you're looking up royal history, yes, but the barracks were not royals.
Right.
We could look up the Red Dragon Company.
Yeah.
What exactly are you looking for on them?
General information.
Right. So floor 8.
And I need to go see the map room again.
I believe that was floor
2? Yes. Mr. Nicola, could I borrow your map, please?
Yes, sure.
Yay.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Mine is just making sure that everything's lining up on local areas and then that really old map.
So,
again.
looking at... So, Nicola's is... It's a rough-hewn map.
Mm-hmm.
Almost hand-drawn. Most maps are in this time frame, but, like, this one's cruder than, like, some of the others that you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely looks like somebody that, like, they're decent at making maps, but they are not a map maker.
Okay.
So, like, things are off a little bit, and you don't know whether that's because the person didn't know where it actually was, or if it's just a wrong skewing of, like, actual mileage, because, you know, you also get into different legs,
Mm-hmm.
have different lengths, and oh, that should be roughly 10 miles when actually they walked 20.
Okay.
So it looks about the same area of some other things that you've looked at, but you're not 100%. And no matter what you roll, that's what you're gonna get.
Yes. Like, all mine is doing is cross-referencing.
Nicola, you go up to floor 8.
Yes.
Sitting there is at the entrance to the floor is a young gentleman, and he has a very large tome sitting in front of him. And he looks up and he's, welcome to the Red Dragon Company.
Oh.
What exactly are we looking for?
Just kind of wanted to know more about who you were.
I'm not actually part of them. I take care of their floor.
So they have a whole floor on the library.
Well, considering the fact that they've been around for a few centuries, it makes sense that they would have a floor, especially on the fact that they keep their own. Some call them annals, some call them journals, but they keep their own history.
Aha.
So what exactly are you looking for? Do you happen to know which author in the company wrote it? It's a lot easier to find it if we know if it's the Book of Mergen or the Book of the Creep or the Lady's Book or, you know.
Trying to look through my names here. I don't think we ever actually got a name of an author. We just have some people in the company.
That's quite possible. If we have an updated version of their annals, we would have... they keep a record of who all joins and when they pass, if they can. Sometimes the passing is missed due to warfare and stuff like that. But if we don't have a more up-to-date, we might be missing the names that you're looking for if they're a newer member.
Do you have anything on a person named Bashful?
In what time frame are we looking at?
Recent.
Recent. How recent?
Mm-hmm.
That I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long she's been with them.
Well, the newest books would be, and he, like, points across the way from him on that shelf. And there's, like, empty spaces on the shelf, but there's a ton of books. And when I say a ton of books, like, when you start looking at this floor, it's a good 100 to 200 feet in length. Shelves all the way up and down, full of different books.
Basically, every mercenary keeps a journal of everything.
You don't know. You can pick it up and look.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick up one of the newer books, or?
Yeah, I'll try to pick up one of the newer books, see if I spot Bashful or Candle.
Okay. As you pick it up, he goes, that one's about 100 years old. You'll want to go down 2 shelves if you're looking for something newer.
Alright, I'll squat down and look at the 2 shelves.
On this shelf, there's only like 3 books. They all look identical. They are red leather bound. There's no numbers, no nothing on them.
I'll just open one up, I guess. Kind of see what it's about.
In the top, sort of at what looks like an afterthought, is the Book of the Creek is sort of wrote in it, and it is telling the tales of like them traveling from one area to another, some of the skirmishes that they get into, and it is, as you're flipping through it, it is just like, we traveled from so-and-so to so-and-so. It took 832 days. The army had a few casualties. So-and-so died to dysentery. So-and-so died of this. So-and-so has gone missing. We presume dead, maybe deserted.
So basically it's the Civil War letters.
Yes, but it's wrote by one the whole book is wrote by one person.
Okay.
Nice.
How much of that are you going to flip through? Because when I say it's a book, I mean it's like 300 to 400 pages.
Yeah, I think I got enough to understand. We're way in over our head on just thinking about looking at these guys.
The gentleman, is there something other than a particular person that you're looking for? A certain battle, a certain movement from one area to another?
I don't suppose your group is familiar with, if I can find the freaking notes here. Sorry, 1 second. The Knights of the Sun.
Knights of the Sun. I only keep the Red Dragon Company's stuff. That does not ring a bell to me. You'd have to ask someone else about that.
Okay, I can go do that.
If you ever do need anything about the Red Dragon Company, occasionally...
You good?
Mm-mm.
You alright?
Did you breathe in your spit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the worst.
They occasionally stop in and let us copy their books. They've stopped carrying all of their annals with them. They leave them in each library that they come across so that the analyst doesn't have to carry all of the tomes.
That makes sense.
But if they ever need anything, they always have free reign of our books on the point that we get to copy theirs.
Just out of curiosity's sake, what does it take to join this company?
Last I checked, just willing to pledge your oath and give up your livelihood.
Gotcha.
And when I say livelihood, I'm talking you give up all of your life to join them. You have no history once you join them. They could care less what you did in your past. It's all about what you do in your future.
It's a good way to start all over.
Do they give you a new name, too?
We would guess so. Most of them are, when added to the annals, it's always something that doesn't sound like a real name.
Gotcha.
Such as
Candle and Candle.
but the only name that constantly comes up is the Old Man. We're guessing that one is what ends up happening is whoever takes over as captain for the time frame becomes the Old Man and loses their old moniker. Because the Old Man has been around since... But my readings, I've gone back a couple of thousand years and still found the Old Man there. But there's also tales of the Old Man dying and then a new Old Man being voted in.
Yeah, it seems like it's just a title more than anything. Okay. Well, that's good information. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. There's a lot of people that use them as these annals as ways of looking at how to proper siege certain cities, things like that. So if there's anything you need, we have it.
So if you want to start a war, huh? Wild Mage War was ended 1,000 years ago, right?
Sounds right.
Come on. I had to click the wrong timeline. Come on. And now my computer's being slow. There's unification. So unification was 400. Wild Mage War was 852. And you guys are in 976. So it's only 100 years.
Oh.
Like a little less than 100 years.
And Dark Mage was Wild Mage War. Or the Dark Lord was...
No.
No, Dark Lord was Unification?
Yes.
Okay. And Old Man was stated as a couple thousand.
Yes.
Okay. I was starting to wonder, like, that's odd, considering we know about Widowmaker, Life Taker, Life Stealer, and the third that I can't
Soul Catcher.
Soul Catcher.
Soul Catcher.
As being like, they're really fucking old, and we don't know if they died and then became somebody else taking up the moniker.
Yeah, that's
What
when I perked up a little bit, and then he said they died, and it's like, oh, okay.
It's one of those, like, what if the Old Man was a deserter general of the Dark Lord? But that doesn't line up with the timeline. Never mind, I'm sorry.
And on that side note...
Oh, wait. 176. Yeah. Okay.
I was like, what if we just stumbled upon the clue? We need to find the
So
old
far,
man.
we haven't been that lucky.
Like, we need to find the old man.
I mean, you can go find the old man.
Excuse me, sir. What do you know about the Dark Lord's generals? How dare you know my past? How dare you, boy? Yeah, no thank you. I don't want to deal with a level 20 fighter.
So I guess I will take my leave from there and go ask about the. Of course, I keep losing it.
Sun Knights.
Yes.
Yes, find out about my new order.
What exactly? When you mention that, nobody has any recollection of it.
I still have that journal.
No, you don't.
Wait, no, I'm not. No, I don't. Who did we give that to? Lord
Bjark.
Bjark. Crap.
Yeah, and I bet the collector would have loved it.
Probably. I will mention the names of Sir Nicholas. Was that Sir Edane, I think I saw?
Do what?
That should be crazy. Was one of the names Sir Edane?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll list out the different knights and be like, is any of that ringing a bell?
They have no idea what you're like. The only thing that they can send you to is all of the knightly orders.
Okay.
And there is a floor to the history of like different knights and so forth.
Alright.
And that is actually on floor 6.
2 down from where you were.
Yep.
And this one is another one of those. It's a really large, long hallway of books, and there are not just one person is here. There's multiples, and the first one that comes up. Can I help you?
Yes.
This is what
Trying to find information about the Knights of the Sun.
Knights of the Sun. That's not one that I recognize. Let me go check one of the others. And they take off down the corridor, and you see them stop at one of the other people, and they like whisper something, and then like there's a head shake, and they both then like take off going down 2 different corridors. And after a couple of minutes, like 5 people show up in front of you, and they all, we've never heard of it.
Really? We found a mausoleum of theirs in the graveyard.
There's a mausoleum to them in the graveyard.
Yes.
1 second. And like one of them takes off, and he comes back with like a small map of the city. And he like places it down, and he's like, which graveyard? And like there's like 25 of them throughout the city.
Right. I should be able to remember which one I went to, so.
The one you point out isn't actually like when you start looking for it, it's not on their map.
Okay, I'll pull out the map I had sketched because that one led to it. The whistle helped us point to, right?
What you have is a bunch of lines with notes. It's not a map.
Right. I was hoping maybe some of the notes would line up somewhere, like street names or symbols or something.
There are. Remember that has no street names.
It's got
That's
markers for point to point.
That's right.
So it's like go to the sign with the bucket. Go,
Right.
go 40 feet, turn left. Go till you see the boulder. Turn right. Like it's like that. Like and it doesn't even say turn right. That's where the line changes direction.
Right.
It is without you being able to see it, it is such an awkward thing to like describe because it is so it's a map, but it's not a map.
Right. Well, I would still know like the region, right, that we were in.
Yeah, it's in the but that's what I'm saying is there's not a graveyard in that region, like at all.
That's weird.
Okay, well, we did find the mausoleum in this area, so it's not a normal graveyard. Just according to your map.
Interesting. So, over in Newtown, that makes no sense. Why would there be a graveyard out there? The few religious people that have started their things have just recently created them.
We did have an oath. Which I don't.
If you can get us an exact placement, we would be able to pay you. And if you could possibly take an artist with you that could get us some drawings or sketches or rubbings, each of those would be paid for as well.
Yes. I'd be happy.
And if you're really willing and able to, we would like to send somebody out there, but it would be a very long excursion of us taking the time to catalog everything, months, maybe years. So yeah.
So, basically asking if I can do a lot of the cataloging.
No, they were asking if you could be a bodyguard after you
Oh,
take them out
gotcha. there. I myself am not exactly a good bodyguard, but I know some people.
Oh. Do they know how to get there?
Yes, I mean, we can go together.
Okay. Well, how do we want to do this?
3 days. Meet me at this time, at this landmarker.
Give us about 2 years and we'll let you know.
Yeah. I would say we can. I need to go meet my companion and let him know that we are going to take somebody there. We can meet somebody downstairs. We can at least do an initial excursion.
Initial excursion?
Well, I mean, depending on how much y'all are wanting to go.
Well, a new order. Finding the remnants of an old order, which is a new order to us. There's no such thing as a short excursion. Not to mention,
Yes.
some of them have booby traps and things like that that are quite dangerous. You'd have to be able to take care of them.
Yes, my companion took care of that already.
Give me a intelligence roll.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay, with a 12, you do remember that there are undead down there.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Righteous undead.
Um,
Crusher. Are you? Again. Hey, wait, we can give Crusher work. Yeah, he'll be a great bodyguard.
But he couldn't handle those undead by himself.
Oh shit, that's what initial excursion is for. Let's just hope that they can't kill us in one shot.
I mean, we skirted out there in like 2 seconds.
Yes, but we were also all really low. And out of spell slots.
True.
Yeah.
Let's see, based off of this, it's off by about 2 miles.
Let me do some consulting, and I will come back and get you. Either I will lead you, or I'll have somebody who can.
excellent, excellent. As we said, we will just take drawings if you have a good drawer to start with. That way we could verify what you're saying and not really send an excursion out. Because an excursion would definitely be, 20 to 30 of us that you have to keep safe.
Cool.
And as I said, it might be years that we're there.
Hire the Knights of the Hire the Red Dragon Company. I'm not there,
They just
so.
loot the place. They just loot the place.
I don't know if they're looters.
The barracks didn't bat a fucking eye in there.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Keep in mind that
yeah.
the barracks didn't explore the place. They popped in right where you guys were standing.
And they went up as well.
No, they popped out via the same portal.
Yeah, they went in, fireballed, took care of that.
And then portaled out.
Oh, I thought he had said that he went and inspected the Shadowfae as well.
Yeah.
No, he never.
You mentioned that.
You guys mentioned them. They didn't go look at them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My bad.
Dumb.
Like, because he said the pale people upstairs. And he knew what we were talking about. Okay. My bad.
Keep in mind, by the time that he was finding you guys, he had already done a lot of, like...
Oh. Okay.
So he knew that there were Shadowfae in that group.
Oh.
This is me giving you guys a little bit of tidbit that you shouldn't know, because I don't want you to, like... Oh, he went and didn't know. Like, we're gonna like nip some of this in the bud so that you guys aren't like
under false pretenses.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it is Nicola in your haze of being half out of it. All it was that you remember was a portal opening.
Yeah.
Feeling warm. Nicola fully coming to awake. And then him and his companions going back through that through a portal and leaving.
Okay.
They never left the room. Once you were awake, they never left the room they were in.
Okay.
Okay.
So.
So I will make my way. I will say I will try and get word back to you on what we can do about this, because I think you would be very interested.
Oh yes, we are highly interested. More knowledge is the best thing.
I agree.
So what are you doing?
I will go down and find Sieg.
Sieg is staring at like 6 different maps. Two of them, one of them being the crappy map that he has. One of them is the map that you had,
20
and
galleons on.
the other 4 are like different maps of the area drawn at different time frames by different artists, and none of them are anywhere alike.
Do you need assistance?
None of these things match.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah, that tracks.
Fuck.
So, I just learned that the library does not know who the Knights of the Sun are.
Really?
They have 0 records of it, and are highly interested in the tomb that we found.
I mean, we could take them there.
Yes, but they're talking about maybe staying for years examining the place.
Then they can stay for years examining the place.
Right. They also don't know about the undead yet.
You didn't
Maybe
tell
that's
them.
fair. Not yet, because I wasn't sure if we were actually going to go handle that first or not.
I mean, we can always just take them there and let them know.
Can. Just, there's a risk there.
I mean,
but they are willing to pay.
we can just show them on a map where it is.
I tried that. There isn't that on a map.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know if that's been deleted or just never put in.
I mean, Newtown is still under development, so... Not sure, but we can always just take them there and let them know, hey, by the way, there's some skeletons and one of them has a magic sword.
Yeah, they wanted protection.
This is the library.
And I was like, I'm not a bodyguard.
I mean, like, we have business with Lord Bjark, so it's not like we can really bodyguard for them either.
Right, but I wondered if we had Lord Bjark with people who could protect them and the library could pay him, maybe he'd be a little less mad at us.
We can always ask. Or just let the library figure it out on their own with the bodyguarding.
That's true. Could just get paid to lead them there. They also mentioned something about if we had an artist come with us to draw what we see and all that, but I don't know any artists around here.
Yeah, Charlie and I are artisans, not artists.
Yeah, big difference there.
Yes. I mean, I don't see any harm with at least showing them there and then warning them what's in there.
Yep, we could do that.
And then mentioning to Lord Bjark, hey, we know that the library needs bodyguards. Maybe you're interested.
He's gonna hire you guys to do it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, we still have time to kill anyways.
Right.
So we can at least show them and then continue. I mean, there's no harm in leading them there, right?
As long as they don't lead themselves to their doom, yes.
Want to do that?
Sure. If you are done with your map.
Yeah, I don't really think I can do anything with this. I just know based off of this one and this one, it seems like the Dwarven Fortress might be 10, maybe 20 days away from Estalo.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, so it's closer?
No, not at all. It's actually farther away.
Dang.
If you make the triangle, it does this. Trigonometry.
You even know what that is,
yes.
Zach?
Yeah, it's trigonometry.
Yeah.
Gnomes made it. We would like to ask for a librarian.
While you are doing all of this,
Yeah?
both of you happen to notice out of the corner of your eye on one of the bookshelves this animatronic spider-like creature.
I know I'm not
Is it
supposed to
moving
take
around?
things from the map room. Or from the map floor.
Yep.
Because I'm dealing with the old Dwarven Stronghold map. The last time there was somebody there with me.
Yep.
Sir, are those supposed to be in here?
What?
And I'm pointing at the animatronic spider. It's right.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Is it not there?
I'm worried about starting a conflict in here because let's say this thing blows up and there's fire.
I agree.
As you start to point at it,
Yeah.
it scurries away.
Is it on top of the shelf?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'll,
Can I keep pace with it and follow?
Give me a perception check to see if you can see it now.
can I assist him?
Well, he just takes off running down the
It's leaving!
corridor, so you have no idea what he's doing. So no.
11.
11.
Yep.
Damn.
You go down the corridor for a little bit, and
He's gone.
it's gone.
I feel like we're being spied on now.
That's new information.
I think he's gone. I'm sorry. Interesting. So, do you want to get the librarian? And start this initial excursion. We go find the one mentioning about going and finding this new order. Please?
So you're going to take me to the new order?
So, unfortunately, we are still on business for someone else. That may take some time. We're not going to be able to provide the bodies guarding service, but we can at least take you to where the mausoleum is.
That's still good.
We don't know how long this current job is going to take.
Without proper protections, we can't keep the 15 to 20 of us safe. There's no point in it.
Could you guys hire outside services?
But they don't know where it is. But you do.
That's why we could take you there. We're not saying just leave you there. We take somebody to the mausoleum, show them where it is, how to get there, and then outsourcing like that.
But if you found it already, and you're adventurous, I thought all rat catchers did the same.
I'm a blacksmith.
Or a wizard.
You're rat catchers, right?
Not particularly.
Then how did you find this lost mausoleum?
On this job that we are currently on.
So you're rat catchers.
Very comment.
Oh shit, I guess you're right.
You go catch rats for pay, right?
I actually can't argue this because there might be animatronic rats too.
Yeah.
And if I say we're going and catching beetles, that's even worse. Unfortunately, due to prior engagements, we're not able to provide the bodyguarding service.
So,
But more knowledge is a key thing.
right,
This would be a great credit to the library.
yes.
That's why we'd rather you guys know about it if you guys hadn't heard of the Knights of the Sun prior.
So, would your prior engagements allow you to take one map maker to go with you?
Don't see why not. It's right here in the city.
1 second. And he, takes off and, starts conferring with the other 4 people that are there with him. And, they all huddle together and start gibbering in multiple different languages. And it's very off-putting because even if you catch something you understand, you're only catching, tidbits of conversation. And it's so out of skew of, there's no sense or rhyme of why it's being talked about that you're like, what? Because it does
All we
not...
heard was rat catchers, not.
Yeah. And it's none of it's in common. So it is that, awkward,
Hey, that was Dwarvish. They speak giant?
But after a couple of minutes, we have conferred. We will be willing to give you 100 gold to take our map maker to the mausoleum so that he can properly map it and bring him back.
Say yes.
Yep. Shouldn't be an issue.
Excellent. It is your job to keep him safe. If anything should happen to you, we will need you to sign this contract saying that you will pay for his problems to his family.
Don't let him die.
I ain't signing no more contracts, yo. I'm already in debt. Unless I can add on an extra just 300 gold debt, and then I'm pristine. Or 720.
I mean, if he does die, you can always just revive him.
I mean, I can't do that.
No, I'm like, you can make sure he doesn't die.
Oh, yeah. But then I still have to pay for damages because I left psychological scars on a map maker. Oh my god, this is giving me Tyrion vibes from Critical Role. Oh, no.
I'm not there, but...
So,
We're
is
gonna
it a
need
deal?
Crusher.
I agree.
They put out they have a small contract drawn out, and they have you sign it.
How much am I gonna have to pay?
If he should die, you have to make sure that his family is taken care of until the next generation is able to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a debt to the library now. Good luck.
Not yet, he has to die.
Alright.
He might not die unless one of our spells kill him.
So,
In which case, we all die.
Hey, just don't try to grave rob and the guys won't come to life.
Unless they haven't gone to sleep.
They probably did.
Maybe.
they give you 10% up front, so you get 10 gold.
Yay.
With an extra 5 gold, I can make a longsword.
And we will pay you the rest of it when our compatriot returns.
Very fair.
How soon do you plan to go?
About how many hours has it been?
It's been a few.
Okay, so we can generalize that Charlie should be done shortly. But we can go to the hole, pick up Crusher, and then come back, grab Charlie, and meet back at the library to pick him up. And that'd be about 2 to 3 hours because of the traffic in town. We should be able to return in about 3 hours.
So,
We need to go pick up 2 more hens.
so in 3 candles times, we can
Yes, candles, sorry.
make it 4, and our compatriot will meet you at the front door.
Very fair.
Sounds good.
Good. And they like roll up the contract, and the one guy like scuttles off like down the stairs and down, and he disappears.
Can we get the map maker that's been working with me? Oh, wait, no, he's not a map maker.
He's just a map keeper.
Alright, Nicola, we gotta bust it to go get Crusher or somebody.
Yep, let's go.
Zoom!
Where are you headed?
To the hole.
To the hole?
Yes.
You make it to the hole in about 30-40 minutes.
Knock.
Ruby's there.
Miss Ruby, do you know where Crusher is?
Well, last I heard, he was out with Kinta.
Oh dear.
Ah.
Well, they could be at the warehouse.
We could be. Check there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Zoom.
15-20 minutes later, you make it to the warehouse.
Alright, now we're down. Oh, bye, Ruby.
There at the warehouse is Kintar.
Hey, Kentar.
Yes.
Do you know where we might find Crusher?
Possibly.
We need to borrow him for a little bit.
Okay.
He's gonna make you pay.
I swear to fucking God, Kentar. I hate this guy with more and more passion with each passing second. We need to borrow him for a job.
A job?
Yes.
Ooh. Are we getting paid?
It really depends.
On what?
If we can keep a map maker alive.
I'm sure Crusher can do that.
Exactly. That's why we need to borrow Crusher.
So, how much are we getting paid?
See, you got 10 gold purse, and it's 100 gold if he's alive, if he comes back.
If we complete this job correctly. We split it evenly and everybody gets 20 gold.
Ooh, 20 gold for bodyguarding. Is that 20 gold for me as well?
You're helping us get Crusher.
Excellent. 1 second, and he whistles, and like a little kid comes up, and he's, look at the orc. And the kid, okay, and like takes off out the back door, and he's, now we wait. So, my 20 gold, when do I get it?
Once we complete the job.
Right. And how, Crusher gets 20 gold as well?
Yes.
Let's say Crusher only makes 15 gold. and I'll take 5 more. Let's split it better. I'll take 2, you take 2, and we'll let our friend take the 3rd.
Works for me.
Excellent.
Because I have a feeling Crusher doesn't need access to too much gold because of his herb issue at the moment.
Which herbs are those?
Once he was wrapping in an onion.
Have you never tried them before?
No, and I'd prefer not to.
Ah, but they're so fun.
I bet they are. I was warned that they have addictive qualities.
No, not really. Not those.
Oh.
Some of the others, maybe. We try to keep him away from the other stuff.
Like the powder?
What powder?
You found a bag of powder that fell off a cart.
Was it sort of yellowish?
Was it?
Did you...
He opened it and showed me that it was powder.
Yeah, it was...
Yes.
Where did he find that?
He just told me that it fell off a cart.
Right.
What he was told to say.
Right. I'll take care of that.
It
one.
caused an issue with the barracks.
I could care less about that. What he does in his spare time, whatever. But what he can get me into trouble for, that we have to take care of. And I will gladly take that powder away from him because, well...
He did say he was going to sell it.
He doesn't know what it
was
goes for. Typically.
Yesterday.
Let's pray that he still has it. He probably got shortchanged somewhere. And about this time, like, in comes the kid, and he's, where's the orc? How did you lose him? And the kid doesn't say, like, the kid just, like, does the shrug again, and he's like, what am I paying you all for? Go find him. Spend more if you have to. And at that, the kid, like, whistles and 2 others come out, and they, like... and he's... It seems like it's going to take a little bit longer. Which now, I'm even more worried. Do you happen to know where Whistle is? Whistle can easily find him.
Not a clue.
No, we didn't ask about Whistle.
I don't want to take Whistle back in there because the last time we did, I got in a lot of trouble with Bashful.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, we don't have to take him in. We can just see if he knows. Crusher is.
He Kentar whistles again, and another little kid comes up, and it's a different kid this time, and he, go find the cloak. And the kid gives a little salute and takes off running.
I love that he just...
Has a children army.
Within a span of 2 days, he amassed an army of children. Kentar's the Pied Piper.
And after a couple of minutes...
Kentar's the rat catcher.
The second kid comes walking up, and Whistle is slowly behind, and like Whistle's just making like all. It sounds like an owl is hooting constantly behind him, and the kid's laughing and like sort of like jumping around. And as he comes in, I'm Whistle.
Hello, Whistle.
Yes, Whistle. We do you know where Crusher is? Maybe. Right. What's your name again? And he looks at the little kid, and the kid's, I'm Aaron. Okay, come in. And he hands him 2 copper, and he goes, 1 goes to the cloak, 1 goes to whatever you want. Now get. And the kid, like, runs by Whistle and, like, tosses it up, and Whistle catches it, and he, okay, and, like, turns and walks away, and the kid's just gone. Like, you have no idea where he went.
He's going to the candy shop, yo.
And after a couple of minutes, like, some of the other kids that disappeared earlier are coming back, and every one of them, like, Crusher is not with them.
I don't like this.
And you spend probably 15 minutes, like, watching Kentar, like, deal with customers, swat kids away from things. Occasionally when he'll catch one of the kids, and when he does, like, he'll actually, like, he catches the kid and, like, starts to scold him, and then, like, forcefully tosses him back into the warehouse, and some of the other kids, like, grab him and, like, hold him down and take him off into a back corner.
It's the punishment corner.
It's the naughty corner.
And you never see those kids, you don't see again.
Uh-oh.
It's a gang initiation. Holy shit, Kentar.
Do what?
The box of shame for you.
And
Do they have a child fighting ring in the other warehouse?
They send them to the chokey.
No, I mean, like, there's a whole other warehouse that we haven't been in a while. There's a child fighting area now. It's like hobo boxing.
It's child fighting rink.
After that 15 minutes, Whistle comes in, and, like, following behind him, stumbling, is Crusher. He's also got a black eye and a couple of cuts across his forearms.
What did he get into now?
Crusher, what the fuck happened to you?
Arguing prices?
Hmm.
And Kentar goes, let me guess. You're trying to offset something you shouldn't be. No. They've already told me you have it. Or had it. Right. Not offsetting. What's offsetting?
Intelligence of 2.
Intelligence of 5. Or 7.
Crusher, was you trying to sell things that you shouldn't be selling? Because that's my job. Maybe. Am I in trouble? Not yet. But it looks like you found trouble. So, what happened? I don't know if I'm in trouble or not. Whistle, like, makes a couple of, like, bird noises, and he's, yeah, you're right. It's gonna be bad one way or another.
Oh no.
No, I wasn't offsetting. I use that right? And Whistle makes another bird call, and he's, oh, shit. Fine. I don't have powder. I'm happy. I have no powder.
Did you lose it?
No.
That's what you get for dealing with illegal substances.
Kentar's just, like, got his head in his hands, and is like, it's that dear God moment. And
What the fuck did you get us into?
he looks up and he goes, so, did you make any money off of it at all? Define money.
Oh, God.
Something of value that we can use to sell or trade for other goods later. Oh. Yeah. Sure. What exactly do we have? It fell off a cart. You don't want to say. Whistle, what does he have? And Whistle makes a couple of bird noises, and he, oh. So where's the powder? It's gone. Right.
His eyes twitching now.
So, you lost it, but you gained. Whistle, go take the kids. Take the older ones. And they'll take care of this. And Whistle, like, makes a couple of noises and, like, puts his hand out and Kentaro, yes, definitely. And he, like, reaches and grabs his bag and starts counting out. And he's like, 5 silver. That sound good enough? And for the kids, here's your 2 copper. And Whistle, like, shakes, like, the cloak's head shakes, and he's, fine, another silver. You're out. Go. Get it done. Crusher. They want you for something. It's gonna get you money. Don't fuck it up. And he reaches over and, like, grabs a bandage and, like, tosses it towards him, and he catches it, and he's, what's this for? You look worse for wear. It'll make you feel better, I'm sure. Not to mention, maybe you won't get sicker. I don't ever get sick like that. Whatever. You get 15 gold at the end of this. Bring me back my share. Don't open my pouch. You know my share. Good. Pay him when it's done.
Will do.
What do I do?
Go with us.
Okay. So,
You have a chance to fight something if you want.
oh. Let me get my other axe. And, like, he goes upstairs and comes back down, and this time he's got a huge battle axe with him.
Fuck yeah. But Crusher looks a little worse for wear right now.
He definitely looks like he's been in a fight or two.
Just in case, once we get out of the warehouse, I'll be casting Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
So he gets 8, and I rolled a 10.
You're good. And he gets 8.
Yep.
So he's back to full. So where are you headed?
To Ashrith.
Charlie.
You make it over to Ashrith's. All total, it's been about an hour 45. Almost
Should
2
be
hours.
about. It should be about when they finish up.
It's
Based
getting,
on the time that we've had.
it's getting close to like noon, 1-ish.
Okay.
When you get there, the sign is open. It says open on it.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yes.
Mr. Ashrith.
You.
Don't worry, I'm not coming in. Just wondering where we can find the little one.
She's out back.
Thank you very much, sir. To the Outback.
So you go to the back of the store. In the back of the store, there's a little alleyway that gets back there.
Mhm.
There is Charlie with, please describe whatever the hell it is you...
It's a red panda. Animatronic.
With an animatronic, little raccoon, like, bigger than a raccoon.
Smaller than a bear.
Yeah. Creature.
What? The fuck is that?
It's a creature that I created. Isn't he cute?
It's adorable.
What is it? Sieg's never seen a red panda.
I just like to think it's my imagination.
Saw it in a book one time.
Yeah, I did. I saw it in a book
She
one
could have
time.
made an Agretzko.
It's better than an actual raccoon. That I was gonna name Trashy.
Scrappy.
Good rocket.
There you go.
It looks like this.
Send that to our group chat.
Oh shit! Oh my god! That is beautiful.
That way Paige can see it and know what the hell it's getting into. Christ.
It's funny.
It is.
Okay then. Well.
I'll also use that to make a token on Roll20 for later.
Huzzah.
For your creatures. Oh.
I'm just gonna take a screenshot of it because it's not gonna let me download it.
Well, in other news, since we'll go and pick up your dress at the end of the day, we have a small job.
What kind of small job?
Bodyguarding. Let's test out your new whatever that is. So you know the mausoleum we went to?
You mean the graveyard area?
The library has no idea what it is, and they've never heard of the.
Well, how? It's literally right.
They have no idea, and they've never heard of the Knights either.
Not on a map?
Nope.
So you were going there to search for...
We're going to take a map maker there so they can map out the mausoleum. We'd get paid for it, and all we have to do is bring the map maker back alive.
Seems easy enough, except for the undead.
Yeah, we'll tell him about that when we get there. Maybe he can just wait in the safe area inside, and then we take care of it, and then he comes in, or they're asleep.
Well...
Anyways, we've got... about 20 minutes to get back to the library. Which thankfully is like 10 minutes away.
Sounds good.
I'm trying to remember, didn't we shut the door when we ran out?
Yes, we did. We shut
the door
one
of the
Piece of paper so you can have my, the AC for it.
Give it a name.
Oh, yeah. What are you calling this thing?
Pandy?
Pandy. Okay. At least I don't have to take care of it.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah, because I'm the one with mending, so I'm the one that heals it. It can actually be healed with mending. Let's see. If the mending spell is cast on the defender, it regains 2d6 hit points.
So you need AC, the walking thingy, and... what else?
Senses. Or it has dark vision up to 60 feet. Cool. Its passive perception is 14 currently.
Okay.
What level are you guys?
Level 3.
AC's on here, the walking speed, and then the passive perception.
No, you don't go up a level. I was checking something about Whistle. Whistle was a higher level than you guys.
Oh shit!
Forgot about that.
Cool beans.
I forgot about that.
Immunities to poison.
Let's see. All right, and it does not have a saving throw issue attached to it, so you're good.
Mm-hmm.
To the library. The Rooks Preserve.
So you make it back to the library. Sitting out front is a lithe gentleman in a bright blue cloak. With him, he has a easel and a large sketchbook. No weapons whatsoever.
All right.
Figured as much. Oh, by the way, it can't be surprised. It has vigilance.
How does it get that?
It's just part of the stat block.
Boomer's like, what else is it not?
It's kind of.
Let's see. Immune to poison damage. It is immune to charm, exhaustion, and poisoned. Dark vision of 60 feet. Understands any language Charlie speaks and is a CR2 currently.
Okay. I mean, it can't be surprised. It doesn't mean that you can't be.
Yeah.
Don't forget to mark how much HP it currently has for you, because that will change at later levels.
2 plus your. Okay, so I'm gonna add this to extras.
Are you going to be the map maker?
I am your map maker.
Awesome. Well, in that case, shall we get going?
Isidore the Third at your service. Where are we going?
And Nicola, do you remember where the starting point was? Or actually, do we remember where the graveyard was?
Yeah.
I'd say we should have known where the graveyard. I was trying to point it out, it just wasn't on.
Okay, yeah. It was Isidore?
Isidore.
Well, Mr. Isidore, we're heading to Newtown.
Excellent. So,
Apparently, there's a graveyard there that has just sprung up.
how is that possible?
No idea.
So, Newtown. North, south, east, or west?
Northeastern Newtown.
Well, no shit that Newtown is in the northeast.
Oh, my bad. Well, I wasn't sure if it was here's north and then boom, boom, and then there was Newtown over here and Newtown over here and a Newtown over here. Like if it's each section of Newtown is part of a different ring.
No, there it is. Newtown is the northeast section of town.
Oh, north.
The northern part of Newtown.
Yes, sir.
So, and he starts like instantly doing a like minor sketch on his thing, and he. Shall we go?
Of course. On the road again. If we go there and the graveyard's not there.
So you go and find your starting point according to the old map, or are you just gonna try to go there like off of memory?
I was gonna try and go there from memory.
Okay. First thing to do is give me a investigation, or not investigation. Give me a survival check.
Cool, because I'm great at those.
I don't know if I'd be assisting or not.
You can if you want.
Just want to do my own separate.
18.
18.
Better than me.
So you go to where, off the best of your knowledge that you remember to go. And when you get there, it is an empty lot.
What?
What?
And when you get there, like occasionally it is like you stop because the map maker stops and he's sketching, and you walk a little further and he keeps sketching, and then when you all stop, he looks up and he sketches a bit, and he, so where are we going?
It was right here.
And he looks around. I don't see any mausoleums or tombstones.
Do the buildings around look the same as what we remember?
Yeah.
Uh,
Just in case, let's go to the start point on the old map.
yeah.
Sorry, we have to backtrack a little bit.
All right.
We had to follow a map the last time, and I don't know what the.
It may be a common thing to be able to see.
To the chicken with its head getting cut off building sign thing.
So 5 times your artificer level.
So
5 times.
15 right now. Because you're level 3.
So it's 5 plus, or 5 times 5 times your.
So
It's 2 plus my intelligence, which is
2 plus your intelligence. Your intelligence modifier is A.
3.
So that's 5. Plus 5 times your artificer level. So 5 plus 15.
Plus 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so 20.
Mm-hmm.
cool.
How much?
Her steel defender has 20 HP.
It has the same HP I do.
Nice. This thing has the same health as you and has been alive for less than a day.
This is the same HP as was.
Yeah, but Whistle's young.
So, you start to follow the map,
Yes.
going through the steps. And again, it's this like slow process as the map maker is making full details of like where the turns are, stuff like that. And he's going through multiple pages, and it's like he'll make a couple of sketches, and then he'll flip back to an old one, like what looks like a larger map that he's drawing, and he'll sketch on it, and then okay, let's proceed, and like you go about this for a little while, and it is taking forever because of how long he's having to stop and do sketches and stuff like that. But eventually you make it back to the area where the graveyard is supposed to be, and again, it's an empty plot.
Okay. Give me 10 minutes. I'm going to step to the side away from everybody.
Okay.
Ritual. Do detect magic.
Okay. You ritually cast detect magic.
Yes.
Roll a d20.
14.
Okay. After your 10 minutes, you have the detect magic up, and there is nothing that you see except the quill of the map maker.
Yeah, I'll like walk towards the lot and everything and just try and look around.
Nothing.
What's here?
What the
Looks
fuck?
like we're getting our gold back.
And we just wasted Isidore the Third's time.
Unless you know of places that just disappear in Newtown.
Not a new town. It is common that some places are not where they originated from, or that they move from place to place. It has been known. It's hard to document those areas. They're throughout the world. Not necessarily. Most of them deal with deities, though.
It's possible this is one of those places.
Do you know if the Shadow Fae have anything like that?
Oh, what a shadow fae.
It's really pale elves from the plane of shadow. Yes, that's right.
So, right.
We're going off all the information that we learned.
So you're saying that a bunch of weasels,
Now I sound fucking batshit insane.
a bunch of weasels that are albino weasels have done stuff. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does sound crazy.
Hmm.
I can't explain it to you. It was here just a few days ago.
So the albino weasels have absconded a whole graveyard.
Appears
Now-
to be what, well,
Memory, was it actually like a whole graveyard, or was it just the mob?
There was more than one mausoleum there, but yes.
Okay,
It wasn't that large of an area.
right. Okay. Looks like we need to find out about graveyards that.
yeah.
Graveyards that move
You said there were places that have moved around.
are not normally graveyards, though. More like little huts where you find a god or goddess waiting for you to tell you your adventuring story.
Hmm.
You know, you stumble upon the hut, and the goddess gives you knowledge that helps you throughout your life.
Or
Or
tells you that
oracle
the
who-
choices you make in the coming future will determine a great deal of history.
Right. There's tales of stuff like that all the time. St. Cole had 5 of them on his maps.
Oh, wow.
The problem was, you go back to where he found them, and
They
they're
were
not
gone.
there.
Interesting.
You go back a couple of days later, they might be.
Well, for a fact, I can tell you, it was right here.
I can
But
confirm.
albino weasels stole it.
I seem to have missed this. Why are we calling them weasels?
He's a racist.
Uh,
Why do you think I stay in this disguise so much? It would be a hell of a lot worse if he knew that Sieg is not human.
So, why would you not call people that run and hide from everything else? Are they not weasels?
He's got a point.
I agree with that.
I'm getting more like rats myself.
They fled away with all their stuff, abscond into the mist. They're weasels.
Well, looks like we can return you back to.
So, and he do you mind following me for a few minutes?
Of course.
He walks through the area, goes to the other side, and starts doing sketches from the opposite side.
Mhm.
And he's, okay, let's go back. I want to go first south, then west, and he starts giving you full description directions of when he wants to turn, what, and like the whole time he's drawing on the way back.
Nicola, since we were not astute enough with this, and we have unfortunately wasted a great portion of Sir Isidore III's time, if you would, Charlie, want to go and pick up her dress, Crusher and I can continue with Mr. Isidore.
Oh, yeah. What? Where's the fighting? There's fighting?
There may have been.
I
We're
wonder.
supposed to keep you
We were
safe.
going to ask you to please remain outside the mausoleum while we went and made sure everything was safe.
Oh, I was never going to go in. That was just to document where it was.
We were told that you might be mapping the inside of it.
No.
Oh.
I'm a map maker to find where it's at because there's something about future endeavors.
Of course. Hey, the library's gonna hate us now.
Well, not necessarily. They can always check back.
My apologies, sir. I was under false assumptions.
Oh, that's fine.
So, please, lead the way.
Right. And like he continues like
Mapping out Newtown.
yeah, and it is
Well, things are getting built here every other day.
yep, and it is he's taking notes of like buildings and like different buildings and stuff like that. And it's occasionally you can look
It's
over
Google
his
Maps car.
basically you can look over his shoulder occasionally when he flips to the first page, and it is all that you see is what starts off as like the river, and there's still some blank spots around it, but anywhere that he has walked there are very detailed, like there's a building here and then there's an alleyway and then a building. Like it looks like a fully detailed map that's
that's
being
cool.
like sort of etched out as he's going.
This guy's awesome.
And when he gets to a point, he's, stop. For what I was hired to do currently, I am finished. I will have to come back to finish up the new sketches of Newtown, which I will get a different permit for. Is it very dangerous around here? And Crusher, sometimes. You look, and he points to his, like, partially blackened eye, and he's, well, that's a shame. Is there a way to get a hold of you so that if I ever need assistance to keep me safe while I'm walking through Newtown?
Yeah, I mean, you can find us at the Hole, and I'll kind of give a
What is
idea
the
of
whole?
where it's at.
And when you say that, Crusher, no, not there. That don't exist. And he, like, right. I'm sure things that this big brute says don't exist, they do, but that's beside the point. Is he trustworthy?
For the most part, yes.
He won't bite me.
Oh,
No.
no.
Right.
Just don't run away from him.
When you say that, Crusher looks at you like oddly, like he doesn't understand what you're talking about.
You chased down some people just a day or two ago.
Did I? I guess I did.
I may suggest going to... Have we passed by the warehouse yet?
No.
There is a warehouse on the river. If you go in, you'll see a bunch of kids in there helping sort things, and a gentleman selling various and sundry goods by the name of Kentar.
He makes a little note.
Ask if you could hire Whistle or Crusher for a day to help lead you around for everything that you need.
While you have me, take me by this place.
Take him to the warehouse.
And again,
Let's fuck it up.
it takes a while for you to get there.
Mhm.
And when you get there, is this it?
Yes, sir.
Crusher, am I done?
Yes, Crusher.
My pay.
I'll hand him 5 gold.
I was told 15.
That was if we found the mausoleum. No, we went to.
I was told
That's 5 for your
15.
time.
Say what?
I was saying, here's 5 for your time.
What about Kintar?
That's another thing. Hey, Kintar, we weren't able to get you the 20 up front, but we got you future work.
I mean, you might just go back to the library and you might get...
Maybe.
Well, I'm not going back without Kintar's pay.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. I can pay Kintar for the time that he was out. But anyways, this is the building that you would go to.
And I'm to speak for Kintar, looking for Crusher? That's me. Right. And a whistle?
Yes.
Right. You rat catchers make no sense to me.
That's their names.
Ours were normal. Mine is.
Mine's foreign.
So, and he like makes a sketch of the place. I guess back to the library.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is anybody splitting up?
Are we gonna go get my dress or are we gonna wait?
We gotta come back here anyways.
Let's just go together.
Yep.
How late is it getting?
It's getting dusk.
Oh, you guys go ahead and get the dress.
Okay then. Guess we'll do that.
So Crusher follows Sigurd and Isidore back to
The library.
The
His
library.
favorite place.
Yep.
You guys have a picture book section.
When you get there, Isidore like folds up his stuff and in full payment, as we have completed our agreed upon thing, and he like holds out a small bag.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you very much, Isidore.
Yes.
Have yourself a wonderful evening.
I would.
I give him a small bow and turn on my heels before they can ask for the gold back.
Take a run for it.
And as we're walking, I'll open it and start
Okay.
as we're leaving the library.
Okay.
Like,
So
did we
it's just
get
you and Crusher?
Yeah.
It's the full 90.
Sweet.
20 and 50.
I go ahead and give 10 gold to Crusher as his payment. Because Nicola already gave him 5.
Right.
There's your
Yeah!
50.
And he puts it into a pouch.
I'm not gonna lie, Crusher, I was not expecting this.
But we did job!
Yes, we said that we would take them to the mausoleum, and we never found the mausoleum.
What mausoleum?
Exactly.
What's a mausoleum?
Do you remember when we came back to the warehouse, beaten, bloodied, and swords all hell?
So mausoleum is beaten, bloody, and sword? Okay.
It's what...
I have that on a regular basis. I mausoleum now!
No, Crusher. We left that place. It's like in a graveyard, those big buildings that you could walk into.
Temple?
Kind of. But for somebody that's already dead.
Why not just burn?
It's kind of my thing on it. Like, I don't understand why they do that.
Okay.
Humans are weird.
Right.
And I'm walking us back to the warehouse.
So now he definitely misuses the term mausoleum on a regular basis.
Yes! But that big building for the graveyard, that's where we were at when we got the ever-living shit kicked out of us.
When you got mausoleum.
Sure, when we got mausoleum. Okay, maybe I'm Whistle. When you get mausoleum. I can't wait to teach Crusher more words. You see that big machine over there? It's a tray bucket.
Bringing back old things, huh?
Damn straight.
Hold back.
It's like Mercer and Sigil, okay?
Sigil.
Yeah.
He called it a sigil for so long.
Oh, I know.
I'd never heard it pronounced. I'd only seen it read. And then I go to the warehouse.
So you make it back to the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
When you get there, Crusher. So Kentar's pay.
Kindor told me to hand this to him myself.
No, he told me pick it up.
I was right there with you. He was talking to me about this before you even showed up.
No. He said I pick up pay.
I'm already walking indoors. I'm not letting Crusher get me killed by Kento.
You go in, and it is like...
Should be damn near empty now.
You would think that.
Oh shit, it's a late night auctioneering of black market goods.
As there are a lot of people. All, sitting around, playing cards.
Oh no.
And, a little kid steps up in front of you and, like, holds his hand up. What's the password?
Move, I have to pay Kentar.
That's not the password.
Bro,
And at this point, he pulls a small crossbow.
Just yell Kentar.
Kentar!
That's not the password either.
I was just yelling over him.
Password.
Crusher, do you know the password?
No.
I have money. If I lose my other stone rune,
22.
hits.
Takes 7 piercing damage as the kid, like, fires into you.
Did he fire at my gut?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's... And you see another arrow come out and hit Crusher. And he starts to, like, reload, and he... Password!
Why does he sound like fucking South Park kid?
Is this Aaron? Okay. Damn. I'll hand him a silver just to let me buy. Silver just to see Kentar so I can pay him.
Not the password! Ready, guys? And you hear a
Stab
couple
him
of...
back.
all of a sudden, you hear a couple of clicks.
Jesus, you
Fine.
want your gun down?
I won't come in. Just tell Kentar that Sigurd is here with his bag. And I'll just step out. Step back.
Crusher just sits there, and he's like... He pulls the bolt out of his arm, and he drops it down, and he's... That hurt. Sorry, guy. Have to do it. Need the password. Crusher. I want to go to my bed. Next door. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And he turns and, like, goes through the other doors.
I'll go to the other doors.
As you enter this room, this one is... The first one was a bit odd because there's a bunch of people playing cards. This one's even stranger. As you see a bunch of kids that are tied up and beaten.
It is the punishment room.
Okay, so what do we...
Crusher just, like, walks by him, doesn't even bat an eye.
Oh, this isn't illegal. I don't care. Walk right. This isn't illegal. Not that Sieg knows of.
He goes up the stairs and goes to one of the offices, and he sits down.
I'm in the office with Crusher until Kentar shows
Are you doing
after his
anything?
game. Not currently. Just keeping a tight grip on that gold.
Okay.
And then I'll be waiting on Charlie and Nicola.
Okay. Charlie and Nicola.
Got any tools?
Yeah. Oh no. Crusher does pull out a deck of cards, and he want to gamble.
I don't have enough right now to safely gamble.
Poppers.
I have 7.
You got bag, and he pokes at it.
There's no copper in there.
He pulls out his pouch, pulls out like a bunch of copper.
Oh, fuck yeah. We'll just be playing faux hands with Crusher until...
Like he's gonna legit push you to give him at least a gold, and he'll give you a gold's worth of copper.
I'm gonna pass.
You're gonna pass?
Yeah.
Then he's just gonna play solitaire with himself.
Okay.
And force you to be even more bored watching him play cards by himself.
Yep. Fucking prick. I want to hear about Charlie's dress.
So, Nicola and Charlie. You make it to the Sash and Needle.
Is it open?
It is.
Cool. I walk in.
Ah, little miss. We have a surprise.
Is it ready?
I hope so.
Yay.
And 1 second. And he goes in the back, and he comes back, and with him comes 2 young girls.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them, they've got short cropped hair, and you can tell that their ears have been clipped.
Oh, that's sad.
And he's these lovely ladies will help you get dressed.
Okay, I follow them.
They take you back to a small screen, and they help you unrobe and like start helping you with all the buckles and everything else that goes with your new outfit. It's a little loose to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're done, like they haven't said a word the whole time. They like motion for you to like step out, and oh, it looks so wonderful. It turned out better than I anticipated. A little bit of alteration is still in need. 1 second, and he like walks up behind you and like cinches and like starts to quickly sew it up. And he like rolls one of the cuffs and like makes it to where it's the proper length on the because one cuff was slightly off. And he's like, that's better. And he keeps doing small manipulations to it. And following behind him is one of those weird spider things. And it is like, as he's starting to sew, it sews right behind him, making almost like a proper stitching, using his sewing and its to like fully finish everything up. And once he's excellent. So, I agreed upon price. And he holds out his hand.
I hand him the...
He counts it up. Excellent. I hope this is to your liking, and if you have any other good needs that you'd like built for you, you know where to come.
Well, thank you.
Yes, my lady.
I give him an extra one for a tip because I don't know.
Oh, thank you. It's such needed and such wanted.
Tip the guy who was so rude to your best buddy. Fuck you.
That was 11 then, or is
Yeah.
that okay?
Was that spider the same size as the one that Segan and I spotted in the library?
Very similar.
Very similar.
Spider was following. It's like, his ears still aren't clipped.
I thank him and I walk on out and
So you now have a new outfit.
I twirl in front of Nicola because I'm excited.
Oh, that's right. We haven't
I don't think
told
Nicola...
you about...
Did you ever show it to Nicola what it looked like?
You ever send a picture?
Oh no, I didn't. I forgot. Here, Nicola, I'll show. I have pictures for you.
Cool.
You're twirling in front of your cousin.
Seems like I saw something, but I don't remember.
I'm about to send you. It's a mixture of the two.
Oh yeah, we haven't dropped the bomb on Charlie yet.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Nope.
This will be great roadside discussion.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? It looks so cool. I was so excited.
Very steampunk.
Mm-hmm.
What, you don't want to commission a tiny tuxedo for your red panda?
No.
So it's the second one's top with the and leggings type thing? Or?
Yeah. So like, hold on. The coat is from the second one,
Okay.
and like and then like the bottoms are like from the first one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then which top is it? The first or second?
Second.
Okay. And I'll get these. I'll take these later and put them onto. I'll make some stuff to put up on the stream later, so that everybody else can see it.
Yay.
So yeah, you've got your new outfit. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
I don't know. Do you have anything you need to do?
No, except work on my spell stuff, but that's...
We can do that at the warehouse, because I'm sure that's where Sieg is now.
So you're headed back to the warehouse?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You make it to the warehouse, and it is sort of dark outside. The door is slightly ajar, but not fully open. Do you go in?
Yes.
As you go in, there's the room's pretty well lit. You can make out in the back of the place a bunch of people playing cards. And a kid jumps off of a crate and like stands in front of you. And he's, "What's the password?"
Never mind, and I walk out.
Wrong place.
We go to the other door, I guess.
You open the other door?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this one is like fully shut.
Mm-hmm.
When you open it, it's got a few torches, but not as many.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a bunch of kids that have been beaten up and tied up, laying in the floor.
Shipments to ditch.
I remember those days.
So this is pretty normal?
No, I mean, when you're a kid and... I don't honestly know, I was just joking. You know how it is, right? Being a sailor,
used
didn't you
to-
get captives and tie them up?
No, they're kids. They don't have rights anyways.
I mean, we'd have press games, that kind of thing, to get some crew if we needed them.
Mm. But you never tied up children like this?
I mean, it's really hard for them to work if they're tied up.
Fair.
I mean, if you beat them up, then they're just going to jump ship at some point, so.
True. This looks like a punishment room, why don't you think?
No, Crusher, your 4 goes there!
Do we hear that? Do you actually say that?
Maybe.
That's a 4?
Yes!
I think we found them.
Yep.
Hey!
Oh, thank God.
Why?
I've been so bored.
Well, why didn't you play a card game with him?
That costs money to get in.
I meant with him.
I don't know the password.
No, with Crusher!
He doesn't want to pay me.
It costs money to get in.
All I wanted was 1 gold. And he'd get most of it back.
You say that. Horrible at gambling games.
That's not my fault.
Are you really, though? Have you actually gambled before?
Me, Brian, is actually fairly good.
No, I mean C.
C! No, C is bad.
And how do you presume he's bad?
C has gambled before and lost everything.
Really?
C gambled in the first session.
Oh my god, he did.
It's not the first time C had gambled either.
I forgot about that.
Waiting on Kentar, so I can pay him.
Kentar told me to take pay.
No, he didn't.
He said I take back.
Nicola was here as well.
What did he say, Nicola? I wasn't here.
What did he say? Because now I'm trying to remember. I'm questioning my own sanity now.
What do you think he said?
I personally, since I'm not there, thought he said that don't open my bag, but bring it back. Don't.
Pay Crusher.
Yeah, see, I
15,
seem to remember
and
handing
then
Crusher the bag with my payment.
it was pay Crusher the 15, and then don't tell him how much everybody else is getting, and we'll split the extra 5 gold. You weren't here for that.
Mm-mm.
Right, but it was after, it was when Crusher was there. Is where the, trying to remember what he actually said was.
I don't actually remember that part. Shit.
I think he said, leave the money with Crusher.
Mm.
But what if Crusher skims Kentar's pay?
Kentar punishes Crusher.
Well, if you insist, Crusher. I'll pull out a small pouch that's empty and empty Kentar's payment into it.
But you don't do it when he's looking, right? Because he's probably going to
No, because there's now 22 gold in there. Tie it off. Leave it there.
He picks up the bag, opens a drawer, drops it, and you hear an audible multiple stinks. And then he
There's a
shuts the
lot of money in
closet,
it.
shuts the drawer. Okay. And he just keeps playing solitaire horribly the way that he is.
All right.
Let's say
So we all got 21.
I don't know how you guys are gonna divvy it up, but the way that Kentar proposed it to Sieg was he gets 22, Sieg gets 22, and you get 21.
And I'm just going to split it 21 each. Now we have enough gold for everybody to get rations. Everybody gets 21 gold.
Well, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
No.
No.
63 divided by 3 is 21.
63 divided by 3.
Oh.
You were going to be helping us, so we already assumed that it was going to be split.
Oh.
Because we were going to split it the 105 ways between Crusher, Kentar, Yumi, and Nicola.
Gotcha.
It's proposed and it's only fair. And hey, the library paid us for a job half finished.
Mm-hmm. But they don't need to know that.
Yep.
We don't go back there anymore.
That's correct. Alright, so first thing in the morning, we get everything we need and head out. Sound good?
Yeah, Kentar's closed, so I can't get supplies from him.
Not right now, but first thing in the morning.
Right.
You're not gonna say anything about my dress?
Did she change?
Yes.
Yeah, it's my new dress. Do you like it?
Are you gonna do the twirl?
Yeah.
He comes over and pats your head. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Yes, yes, pretty girl.
He sell you for a lot of money.
He like
Also, Crusher.
he takes both of his hands, like he stops you for a second. He takes both of his hands and like puts them over your ears. She's pretty, right? That's right, Tub, right?
Yes.
Pretty girl.
And because nobody else will get it. Yes, we just need to make sure she doesn't get mausoleum.
Yes, yes, no mausoleum for you.
What?
Nicola's head just kind of tilts to the side.
But more importantly, Crusher, like, yes, the dress is very nice. What do you think of that? Pointing at Pandy.
Oh, yes. Pandy has been trailing me this whole time.
It's not edible.
No.
No.
I like his better because I could eat it in a pinch.
No, you cannot.
Says you. When you're asleep, I eat.
And Nick
You
needs to
won't
run
get any
home.
fill from it.
Hey, and we can actually pay for a cart now. So travel might be a little bit easier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we like look into maybe doing like a horse and cart, or 3 horses, or something? 2 horses.
Man,
Why don't you cast a spell and get a random horse again?
'cause I don't know if that's gonna happen.
When
Didn't happen today.
you cast the spell?
I healed Crusher.
Why?
He got mausoleums.
Mausoleum.
Why do you guys
Girl.
keep saying that?
Pretty girl.
Using context clues, I'm guessing.
Also, Charlie, do you remember your dad's name? By any chance? Think really hard, because this could be really funny.
Should I roll an intelligence check on that?
No, you'd know your dad's name.
Yeah,
What was it?
Not Charles.
not Charles. That's for sure.
It's Edward.
It's Edward.
Huh. That's a shame.
Why do you ask?
Nicola, would you like to share?
So it turns out I have an uncle
Oh, do
who
you?
I didn't know about. Yes.
How do you
I did
not know about a
this.
family member?
God, what if-
Because I'm gonna guess he's distant relation. I'm not sure.
Huh. So what
But
about him?
his name? Yeah, but his name was Charles Dube.
Well, that is my last name.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Kind of your first name too, so it would have been weird.
That help you?
Yeah.
So, you and Nicola might be closer related.
That's really weird.
Yes, now you have actual family. Nicola, she's your problem now.
We're not sure for sure though. Lots of people have the same last name.
And it's not even by blood.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad. You're next of kin.
My mother's wife was a dude. Or is a dude.
What is your mother's wife's name?
Your mother has a wife?
Yes.
What's her name?
Was. Once again, go in the notes.
give you-
Mavis Dube.
Ah.
Do you know Mavis? Oh, okay. Damn, I was hoping this got really interesting really fast. Oh well.
So how did your mom have a wife?
Okay. Would we know about this? How it works?
How it works.
How procreation works?
No, how two people of the same gender can be married.
Anybody can be married.
I like to think that if they loved each other really, really good, really a lot, I don't know how to speak, that
You're
it
12.
doesn't matter what gender or race they are.
We just like take them in the woods and do things.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's an orc.
Yeah.
That's not very romantic.
What's romance?
Well,
It's something so you don't mausoleum the girl's heart.
yes.
Why would I care?
Because girls have feelings too.
That's why you asked if she was pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the right word. You don't want to hurt her feelings. You want to make her feel good about herself.
No, I don't want her to hit me later for saying wrong thing.
Exactly. Then again, lots of them hate you for saying the right thing too.
No. I found out telling a girl here in Cress that like your breath smells like a putrid skunk. You get hit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's insulting.
Why?
Because you're implying that her breath smells bad.
No. I'm telling her that I like it and I want to be with her.
Aw, that's adorable.
So, for most people in Cress, they do not like the smell of a putrid skunk.
Mm-mm.
Not all putrid skunks are good. Some are not.
Most people think all are bad.
What other compliments do you tell people that get you hit?
Your arms are size of logs.
Got to appreciate a strong woman.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a woman.
Ah.
What, do you like men too?
Not I.
Mm.
But I had a brother. Keyword had.
Mm.
He likes guys.
See, that's the same way that his mom and his mom can be married together.
Yes.
No. We don't do that.
You don't get married?
I have a wife.
You do?
Yes.
You would know her. She lives in another town.
Where'd you meet her?
Back in North Village.
So why is she with you?
My brother took her.
Oh, so your brother stole your wife.
And then I killed him.
Had a brother.
Oh, okay.
And I killed her too.
Oh!
Well, I mean, she did leave with his brother.
Exactly.
I can't blame you.
They both deserve punishment. I kill both.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Crusher is 0 to 100. Crusher's about the only one that I'm okay with now.
Because he's too stupid to, like, trick you into stuff.
And I can follow his logic, though I don't agree with it. I can follow it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Whistle is gonna nickel and dime me to death. Kentar is gonna nickel and dime me to death and blackmail me.
How is he gonna blackmail you?
It's Kentar.
Does he know anything that can blackmail you?
I don't know. He knew a fuck ton about him.
Yeah. Is that how you found out? About.
Yes.
Well, why couldn't you get more information out of him?
Ran out of money. And he ran out of information. Crusher, do you remember a guy named Charles
There's a lot of Charles.
that worked for Lord Bjark and ran off stealing some stuff from him?
I not to talk about that.
Wait. Please?
I not to talk about that.
We
And he
won't-
starts like awkwardly shuffling the cards.
We won't say anything. We just want to know.
I told if I talk, I can't talk about that.
Here's 5 gold.
No.
What if we bet information from you?
I can't talk about that.
Man, I'm trying so hard here.
Okay, who told you can't talk about it?
He stops and he like thinks for a second. I can't talk about that.
Was the Kintar?
No.
Was it Lord Bjark?
Yes.
He just keeps his head
Silence
down.
is answer enough.
Yep.
Did you accidentally help him?
He just has his head down.
I take
shuffles
that
cards.
yes. I take that as a yes as well. Your silence is a yes.
Yeah, so to finish the info for you, Charlie, apparently this uncle of mine basically screwed over Lord Bjark, and that's why I'm now under his...
So your revenge.
Pretty much.
Huh, your life is horrible.
Could be worse, it could be one of those kids over there.
True, I feel bad for them kids though.
They deserve it.
Why did they get beat up and tied up like
My guess is that they tried to steal from Kentar.
That is correct.
oh.
What does he do with them after this?
Does he sell them?
No. Indentured. It's different.
Is it different?
Is it really?
Yes. Because I don't have my ears clipped. I have an amount I can pay off to not be indentured anymore. And I have this. That shows that I work for them.
Fair. I just don't understand it.
You just get mausoleums a couple of times.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I really want to correct him, but at the same time, this is so hilarious.
He's not gonna get it. I tried, he's not gonna get it.
You must not have done a very good job of explaining.
Nope, not at all. Hey, Sig's not stupid, but he's not the smartest. He's just slightly above average. Alright, I guess we go to sleep.
So what are we doing tomorrow exactly?
Getting all the supplies we need because we have a month-long trek.
Where are we going again?
That's Tholo.
Where you're from?
Again, do we want to look
Where
and
you
see if we can get horse or wagon?
Yeah, we can always do that.
Where is Hollow?
It's my old village to the east of here. Or to the west of here.
Which way's west?
The left of the city.
What's left?
Just point.
Think about how we're situated here. It's that way. This,
Towards the mountain.
yeah, it's towards the mountain.
Okay.
It's actually at the very bottom of the mountain and going up it.
Oh, you were giants. That's right.
Oh, that's right. I'm still in the disguise. Yes, I'm giant-blooded.
Yeah. My village, like, 10 day more. Up now.
Oh, okay.
Before Giant decided to try to smash. Then we move.
Aw. Giants are mean.
Would I have ever heard about that?
Give me a history roll. Knowledge roll. History roll.
That's a pretty decent roll, right?
18.
Yeah, so a couple of hill giants, like, actually almost took out your place, too, at the same time. And it was one of those awkward, like, your group had to fend off a bunch of orcs that were basically, they got ran out of their area. They wanted your area because, you know, orcs are lazy about wanting to create an area.
Mm-hmm.
So you fended yourself from both hill giants and orcs at the same time.
Yeah, those couple of giants, they were assholes.
Yeah. So you're giants?
Not our giants.
Not your giants.
So, there are...
I'm sorry if I hurt any of your kin.
A fight's a fight. Everyone's bound to get hurt at some point. Everyone's bound to get mausoleumed at some point.
I mean, I didn't mausoleum many people. I just straight kill.
Yeah, makes sense.
I got mausoleum, and he points to his toe. And one of his toes is, like, shorter than it should be. He goes, they did that to me.
They chopped your toe off?
Part of it.
That's sad.
Mausoleumed really bad.
The shaman couldn't fix it. I even had the toe for a while. It hung on a necklace. I kept it as a memento.
I figured you just
He knows
eat
memento, but not mausoleum.
it. I figured you just eat it.
Why eat my toe?
Well, it's food, right?
It's my toe.
Would you eat somebody else's toe? But not your toe. Why not your toe, though? It's the same, though.
No, my toe. Not cat toe.
I'm still more, like, Stig is still more astonished that he knows the word memento and not mausoleum.
What happened to toe?
Oh, that's it. Memento has 3 syllables. He might understand 3 and less and no more.
You ask him why he knows that word?
No.
Okay.
I'd still be more expecting him to, like, know the word trophy.
So, I had my toe. Be me toe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, really happy with my toe and hope that one day somebody put my toe back on.
Mm-hmm.
And then a dog took it.
Aww.
And then I took the dog's toe.
And you ate that one.
No, I ate its tail.
Oh, okay.
And its head.
Oh, you just ate the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's food.
Mm-hmm.
Dog tastes bitter, though.
Did you keep the toe as a memento?
No. I might have ate my toe while I ate the dog. Not sure.
So you did eat your toe.
He's not sure.
No, I ate dog. That ate my toe. There's a difference.
It's a vicious cycle.
Okay.
Circle of life.
The circle of life.
I didn't know life was circled. I thought we'd, like, walked.
Unless you walk in a circle.
Like zombies.
And then it's a circle of life.
What?
I love this.
I don't understand.
All we have to do is talk and we give him psychic damage.
It's a figure of speech. It's fine. He doesn't know what figure of speech
Like
is.
mausoleum.
Right. Mausoleum. My brain's feeling mausoleum.
take him with us?
Yes. Yes. So, Crusher, we're actually going to be leaving down here in a while. We're going to be heading towards the mountain. You want to come with us?
Go home.
Because I'm going to be going back to my village for a little bit.
Maybe you could say hi to your kin. Where
I don't have any more.
Well, your village of people.
Ooh, wait a sec. I don't know if my people would hate Crusher or not.
Just don't tell him he's from.
Or maybe we coexist now. Who knows?
Be really fun if his village was living in your village together and you guys were.
We were just coexisting, and now we have like half-orc Goliath breed, which could be terrifying.
That would be terrifying.
So it would be camo color.
Yeah, we get camo-colored tusked Goliaths.
I guess I could see my uncle. Maybe my pretty aunt.
Aw, he said pretty.
I have to use words you like. I just call her Nappy Head.
Nappy head.
Hey, Crusher, the river that comes this way from the mountain. Back where your old home was, how close was the river?
There was no river.
I thought the start of the river was said to come out of the mountain.
Yeah, out of the mountain.
Yeah. Like if he knew where the entrance was.
There's no river for him.
Okay. Never mind. Because I'm still wondering, like, if the things are coming from out of the mountain down the river.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess we best get some sleep. It's late. We need to stock up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
This helps. And he pulls out like a little bit of.
Is it the onion?
I can put it in onion. It helps taste.
Ooh, we could borrow some of Nicola's really good paper.
What?
This is Flint. It make you sleep. He starts to like.
If you wake up late, we're leaving without you.
Just come kick me. And he starts to chew on it a little bit.
I got permission. Let's go ahead and warm this boot up. Practice on a couple kids outside first, and then swing and hit Crusher.
Oh, don't hit the kids.
They deserve to be punished.
Only Kentar's allowed to hurt the
They
kids.
deserve to be punished.
You've already been punished.
Not enough.
God, you're horrible.
To take my frustration of Charlie out on other children.
What did I do?
Enough. Alright. Time for beddy bye.
If you're staying here, I'm told you have to pay.
I hand him 2
I'm gonna go
copper.
back to the hole.
2 copper. Is that enough for...
It cost me 1 copper the last time.
Okay, so... I give 2 more copper.
He looks at it and he. Right. And like opens the same drawer and just drops it in.
Bedroll.
He when C starts to go to bed, he comes over and nudges you, Charlie.
Mm.
I have a treat. And he holds up like a piece of an apple with the like herbs on it.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna eat it.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I already saved you from getting poisoned once. Swear to God, if we bought you a dress and worked all this time to get you your damn panda and you OD,
20.
never
Okay.
mind.
It doesn't really do anything to you. It makes you a little drowsy, but like for the most part, you're like it's like the apple definitely offset the taste, but it definitely had like an off taste of like, ugh. It's not bad, but it's like,
Blech.
It's like a really bitter apple now.
yeah, and it is that like I said, it like you were tired, but it definitely does like make you a little bit more tired, but not anything like what he was describing it to be.
Mhm.
And he's like, night night, and just like instantly lays down and starts. It is that like rumble of the whole shack type snore.
Nice. Now you get 2 of it.
Mm. I'm used to it.
Everybody gets their long rest, and that's where we're gonna pick up next week.
We got your dress. We got your dress. Yeah, we got
Does
your
he
dress.
even like it?
Yes.
So,
Steve's the one that helped you pick out colors, too.
Fair.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that like and subscribe button. Come on over to Twitch, hit that follow button. That way you can join us live whenever we're getting into all of our shenanigans and mausoleum fun. And we'll be back here next week on Thursday for YouTube on Saturdays with more D&D action. I'm Shinigami Tabris, also known as Boomer. I hope you have a wonderful day or wonderful night wherever you are, and until next time, everyone, peace.